Another option for organizing and finding files quickly, if I don't want to use a file system and start hammering through different folders and going down through folders inside folders, is just to use the search. Now, some people do this where they just have their entire My Drive is just documents, no folders, and they just search for it every time they use it or they need a particular file. Now, if it's a common name, there is another quick way you can do this. You don't actually even have to be in My Drive. So I've got a file that I want to get to called 4T Phone Home. Now, it's quite an unusual name, that one. It's something I've used regularly as a folder, as a file. So if I just go in the Omnibox up at the top, and I can start searching. So I'll click in there and I'll start typing 4T Phone Home. Aha, it's appeared. My file has appeared there pretty quickly. Now, as soon as I put 4T, it's recognised I've used that quite a lot, so it's brought that up. It's brought up a couple of other files I've used recently called 4T as well. So it also brings up anything else that you're searching for with that term from Google. So if you were to search for something, say Disney, I think the amount of hits you get from Disney would push your files down the list, especially if they weren't regularly accessed files. But for commonly used things, that's a nice little shortcut sometimes. Inside My Drive, however, the Drive search function is still Google powered. It's very effective searching, but it is narrowed down to just things that are in My Drive. Now, if I know the name of it, I can type away. Now, it's got my recent searches recorded there, and it's also got recent people who've shared files with me there as well. And it's got some of the recent types of files I've looked at, so I can hit those to narrow my search down a little bit. Again, if I know the name of my file exactly, I can start typing it in. 4T obviously threw up a lot of different things for me because that's my class letters. So most things are called that. But if I keep putting in each letter I put in, it narrows the search down. So that's the only thing I've got that matches. So that's great if you know the name. If you don't know the name of your file, things can be a little bit more difficult because it's searching by name. Your options are the advanced search, which you can access either by clicking there or by the little drop arrow here. The advanced search is very powerful and is very similar to the Google search and the advanced searches within Google because it starts putting filters on. Now, if you know the filters and the filter coding language for Google, it's absolutely fine. Just type using that at the top when you search. However, this lets it fill it in for you, and at the same time, you can learn from it. So, what I'm looking for is I've got a file that is a Disney comprehension. So I know it's a PDF. So straight away, I'll put as a PDF. I can't search for multiple types of file. I can only search for one type of file. So I'll filter it down to just PDFs. And the owner isn't me. I didn't make this file. I got it off the internet and I downloaded it. I think it's in my shared with me, but I can't be 100% sure. I might have made a copy of it or I might have shortcutted it. So it's not owned by me. So a PDF not owned by me. The location, if I knew which drive I was searching, I could just speed my search up a little bit. I'm going to stick with anywhere because I'm not sure which file I put it in. My options are My Drive, shared with me, visible, so a link sharing one. I'm just going to keep that as anywhere because I don't know exactly where it is because that's part of the reason I'm searching for it. You notice at the top it's filling in the Google search terms at the top. You don't need to worry about learning those because you've got the drop down menus. If you think there's an outside chance you may have deleted it, you might want to include that option. If you think there's a chance it's in your starred menu, you could click on that one as well. Again, I try to get things out of my starred when I don't want them starred anymore, so my starred list is quite short. If you can remember when you last worked on it, you can add this as an option. So if it's something you've been working on today and you've forgotten the name of it, that would narrow your search down. If it's in the last 90 days, but again, I'm going to leave that as any time because I can't remember last time I modified it, not just had it open. Now, if you knew the item's name, you'd put it in there. I don't know what it's called, so I don't want to narrow my search down. You could include words within a file. Now, just be a little bit careful with PDFs on that because sometimes reading PDFs can be not as good as reading a Google Doc. If it was a Google Doc and you knew that it had, a poem line in it, you could just put that poem line in. But I think we're going to be narrow enough to find it here. And if you know that it's been shared with certain people, you could click in there, put their names in there as well. But at this stage, I think PDFs that are not owned by me, that should give me quite a lot of results, but I know it's reasonably recent, so it should come near the top to that one. So I think I'm ready. I'll hit search. So I'm looking for a Disney comprehension. I knew it was recent. Yes, there it is. I've got it there. I've also got lots of other things that hit that criteria. These items are all owned by Year 4, so they must be, the icon tells me they were in the Year 4 shared drive. So they're in the Year 4 shared drive. I have access to them. If I was searching, I didn't have access to the drive, Year 4 drive, these ones wouldn't be appearing in my results because this search bar searches the drives that you have access to. So my search bar here will turn up different results to your search bar. Again, there's lots and lots of different ways you can search. Remembering the name's the best bet, but using the advanced codes works as well. Don't worry about having to type in the long-winded filters like this. The advanced search will put them in for you. I mean, the owner one's probably worth remembering, but apart from that, the filters are quicker than remembering a big long list. Yeah, so that is how you can search for things. Again, once you've already searched, you can filter it down even further. So I might have decided I only want things that are owned by a certain drive or a certain person, or if I've got this person's name, I might then look at that person, search things owned by them to narrow it down even further. But it is another quick way to find it. Some people, like I've said, don't like having folders in my drive. They just have all their documents loose in there and just are very good at search.